Have you ever pondered the significance of the Sabbath, its roots, and its place in Christianity? Today, we explore this profound topic, diving deep into the scriptures to uncover its true meaning. We begin in the book of Genesis, chapters 2, verses 2 to 3. Here we find the Sabbath was established at creation. God blessed and sanctified the seventh day, setting it apart as a holy day. This is significant as it predates any other laws or traditions. Next, we turn to Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 to 11. The fourth commandment explicitly commands the observance of the Sabbath as a memorial of creation. This emphasizes its divine origin and significance. In Isaiah chapter 58, verses 13 to 14, God calls the Sabbath a delight and a holy day. This shows its special status and the blessings associated with its proper observance. In the New Testament, in Matthew chapter 5, verses 17 to 18, Jesus stated that he did not come to abolish the law, including the Ten Commandments, but to fulfill them. This statement indicates the ongoing relevance of the Sabbath. In Luke chapter 4, verse 16, we see that Jesus himself kept the Sabbath, regularly attending synagogue services on this day. Jesus sets an example for his followers through his actions. In Acts chapter 17, verse 2, Paul, following Jesus' example, also observed the Sabbath and preached in synagogues on this day. This indicates the Sabbath's continued importance in the early church. Turning to Hebrews chapter 4, verses 9 to 10, the New Testament reinforces the concept of a Sabbath rest for God's people. It links it to God's rest on the seventh day of creation. In Colossians chapter 2, verses 16 to 17, Paul distinguishes between ceremonial Sabbaths, which were a shadow of things to come, and the moral law, which includes the Sabbath commandment. In Romans chapter 7, verse 12, Paul describes the law, including the Ten Commandments, as holy, just, and good. This affirms their enduring moral authority. Finally, in Revelation chapter 14, verse 12, the end-time message calls for the perseverance of the saints who keep God's commandments, including the Sabbath, and have faith in Jesus. In conclusion, Paul's discussion in Romans about considering one day more important than another addresses issues of personal conviction and disputes over ceremonial days and fasting practices. It is not a reference to the Ten Commandments Sabbath. The Ten Commandments Sabbath is a creation ordinance and a perpetual sign of God's covenant with his people. It is set apart by God himself and is embedded in the moral law, which remains relevant for all believers. Thus, Paul's message in Romans is addressing human traditions and personal practices rather than the divinely instituted Sabbath commandment.